Good morning. This is Reverend Pam Geagan from the Center for Spiritual Living Pleasant Valley in Camarillo, California. And as our wonderful founder, Ernest Holmes, wrote and said, there is a power for good in the universe and you can use it. And that is what we're using in these meditations today. We're bringing in that spiritual, energetic presence into our lives during these Lotus and Lily meditations. And again, they're based on the Lotus and the Lily book by Patricia Connor, I believe it is. So anyway, welcome to day 3 of the manifestation meditations. There was a day of setting up the whole process last week, and now this is day 3. And we are building to a soul day at the end of this series. And you'll be hearing more about that later. And so the manifestation meditations are based not only on the book, The Lotus and the Lily, but she based her information on the great masters of the Buddha and Jesus. And even though that was millenniums ago, they were the ones who had the perfect, not the perfect, a wonderful learning spiritual tool format on how to create an abundant life. They didn't say you have to be clear about anything that you want or even ask for. When conditions are sufficient, there is a manifestation, said the Buddha. Jesus said, when we pursue a right relationship with the Universal One and allow this relationship to align with our lives, that's when we produce a condition of receptivity and a condition of anything that we need to help us complete our purpose in life. That is the seeds we're planting in that soil that just says yes, that is supplied by the universe. Today we're exploring the wisdom, the truth, and the connecting to your own wisdom, your own shaman, your own Christ consciousness, Krishna consciousness, Buddha consciousness, whatever you want to call it, God consciousness. So I'm going to tell you a little story, and then we're going to go into a theta meditation. And so when I was growing up, and a lot of people who know me well know this, my parents were religious opposites of one another. My father was Jewish, my mother was Catholic. And unbeknownst to us, they turned out to be closet financial, religious fanatics. They didn't know what to do. They wanted us to have a religious education, so they took the middle path and sent us to the Protestant church. Every Sunday, they dress us all up. We walk to the Protestant church by ourselves, and it was my older sister who was already so inquisitive and so curious. And we would come home, and every Sunday my sister and I would return from this church, and my Jewish father, the scholar, of course, would begin the conversation with, what did you learn today at Sunday school? And the fight would begin between my sister and my father. My father would say that Jesus was nothing but a magician, and my mother's role, sitting at the kitchen table while reading the Sunday newspaper, we were in the living room far away from her, would say under her breath, ignore him, he's crazy. So it is no wonder I turned into a religious scientist today, because I was raised by two people who never talked about their religion convictions, and yet they turned out to be closet religious fanatics. So as a child, I grew up wanting to connect to God and the divine. And when I was married, I was very young and a childhood sweetheart, to a childhood high school sweetheart. And I'll never forget him telling me one time, he said, well, it's your job to learn all about the Bible and teach our children. We didn't have children, thank God. And I thought, why is it my job? What am I, When I got divorced at 26, no children, that's when I went on the search. I had the freedom to go and search my connection, and I visited every temple, every church, every gathering, spiritual gathering, and any place that promised there was a God that was greater and loved us and was never angry or vindictive in any way, felt that I had sinned, especially when I didn't think I had done anything wrong in my life. Not in my life, but you know, that I was not a horrible person. In the book, The Lotus and the Lily, Janet Conner says, and this is a quote she said, she had a similar experience searching for the divine, and in all the churches that took her, they would, after, actually, she had the experience of waking up and wanting to find out what God was and what the divine was and what the connection could be. And she felt that she had to take her child to a church, and she didn't like everything that they were saying in the church. And then finally her child one day said to her, well, Mom, they talk about the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Weren't there any women's in the churches? So it turned out that she went on a search to find if there was a mother or a feminine aspect to God. And she found that not only was God originally worshipped as the goddess, but also served as a priest as well. So on day 3, this first time that Janet Conner was working on a series of meditations and workbooks based on the Lotus and the Lily process, she within her, in her meditations, heard a wise and loving voice, and she wrote down, I am your own priest. And she continued to write, I am, you are, we are all our own priest, priestess, shaman, rabbi, imam, spiritual guide. No intermediary is required. No intermediator is necessary, and sometimes no intermediary is even desired. So it's wonderful to sit in the divine presence with others in the holy presence that surrounds us this morning. And what I know for sure now is that we can connect with the divine self. Right now, in this moment, wherever you are, listening or are just totally involved with what I'm saying, you can make that connection. If you're at the computer, lying in bed, in the shower, driving on the freeway, driving anywhere, folding the laundry, talking to another divine soul, you have direct access to that divine spirit that rides within you, me, and all with its great wisdom. So connecting with the divine is not about finding the right priest, shaman, or minister, holy man, holy woman. It's not finding the right religion. It's not finding the right ceremonies. It's about standing on a holy ground, recognizing that holy ground is every place you stand, and every place you stand, you are on that sacred energy grid that is waiting for you to open up to your mind and your heart and your soul to who you are. It's about connecting on the deepest level to the great beyond within, the soul that knows, the soul that is immortal, has been here since the beginning of time. That which you know, which is most holy. So today we're going to connect. We're going to become, as I say, our own shamans. We are going to call forth that holy ground that we stand, sit, lie on. And we're going to connect to our own innate spiritual power, our divine source. And so I ask you, as we begin this experience and this meditation exercise, get pen and paper in hand. And then write what is revealed to you in this meditation, its whole body. You can look at the paper as you write. Your body is using the physical sense to embody the information. The heart is open to receptivity, and the mind is too. So I want you to see yourself at the bottom of 5 stairs. And I want you to look up at the top from the bottom of those 5 stairs. And see yourself, the light around yourself, the beauty of yourself, radiating outward. You may look like an angel in light. Now I want you to emerge with that body at the top of those 5 stairs. You are that light. You are that beautiful soul waiting to connect to your soul counsel, to your guides. Now you turn, and there's another 5 stairs you walk up. Just breathing easily, holding the banister, feeling the sacred ground beneath your feet as you walk 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up those stairs. There's a foyer there. And you cross that foyer, open those double doors that are in front of you, and walk into a room that feels so fabulous. It is filled with light and beautiful scents. There's a wooden table there and 2 wooden chairs. And you sit down, grounding yourself at one of these chairs. And this is a part where you build your counsel. Recognize the counsel that is with you, the angels, the guides, those on the heaven world side that surround you at all times. Now just breathing and relaxing. Ask one of those shamans already surrounding you. They could even be walking the planet today, to come in and be with you. Sit in this wisdom of the table, at the table. And ask the guides and angels, or one guide, whoever is around you, what do I need to know today? Reveal to me that which is already known. Make it crystal clear in my mind. And there is someone there with you right now. And ask them their name. And ask them what needs to be revealed today. And write down anything that you get. Who are they? Why have they come to be with you?